I'm Dia Miller. If you're like me, you've had an Ancestry DNA test done through Ancestry.com, 23andMe, or one of the other companies. And it's been a while, and because of that, since it's been done, you have received an email that they've updated your results. Maybe even more than once, depending on how long it's been since you had your original test done. You may be disappointed because you thought you were one thing and now they've changed the results. You might start to question the accuracy of these results because why do they keep changing them on you? To that point, I want to take a look at the evolution of my own results and see if you can relate comparing your results and how your results have changed. So let's take a look. So when I first got my results from Ancestry.com, it was in 2017. In that year, my original results were that I was 49% European Jewish, and which it made sense because my father was Jewish and my mother was German. And so the German side was all mixed up, which I found to be amusing because when I started this journey, my point was to see how the Jewish side was going to turn out. And I knew that in my mind, I knew that the German side was going to be 100% German. And I didn't know what the Jewish side was going to look like. And it was the Jewish side that turned out to be just Jewish. And the German side was all mixed up. It said Europe West, 19%, Scandinavia, 10%, Italy and Greece, 9%, Europe East, 5%, Great Britain, 4%, and then it had a little bit of other things, Iberian Peninsula, less than 1%, West Asia, 2%, and then Middle East, 2%, which was interesting. Then, after that, there was another time which it updated, and I don't have a graphic for this. I forgot to print it out at that time, but I thought it was really interesting. First, it went up only slightly. I think it went up to 50%. To the European Jewish went up to 50%. That was the next stage. I didn't print that one out. But then it went up again. It changed again. And this is the one I don't have a graphic for. It changed, the European Jewish part changed to 54%, which I thought was really interesting. I thought 54%? I'm so Jewish. My Jewish side is so overly Jewish, it spills over into my German side. And I was like, I'm even more Jewish. Which I know you're going to say, well, obviously there's some Jewish on your mother's side, right? But anyway, then the Jewish side kind of calmed down. And so you can see on the next graphic, in 2018, the next graphic, it went back down. The European Jewish went down to 50%, which is normal. That's really what it should be, is 50%, because that's what I am. I'm half Jewish. And then they changed the German side to Germanic Europe, 34%, and England, Wales, Northwestern Europe, 16%, which if you're actually online on their site, it kind of, on the map, it spills over into Germany also. It's kind of the whole England, Wales, Northwestern Europe. It covers Germany too. So it's a very broad range of that. So that 16% also can kind of be Germany too. And they have migrations here. They have Central and Eastern Europe, Lithuania, Latvia, Ukraine, and Western Russia. And they also have, Western Ukraine, Moldova, Eastern Romania. And they have no longer an estimate all these other things that were in the original. So I found that to be very, very interesting. Also, when I'm actually on the website, when I click around in there for the German part of it, they have that there's some migrations from the Czech Republic, which is correct. That is correct. So when you click around in there, they have a lot of things in there that make a lot of sense for what I know about my family. Now, so it's become more refined, more accurate, according to what I know about my family. It makes sense. It's all fallen into line. I'm half Jewish, half German, and it makes more sense. At first, the German side was all mixed up, and it made no sense. And I thought, well, my mother thought that she was 100% German, and lo and behold, oh, I guess Europeans are not as 100% as what they think they are. They're all mixed up. And actually, the Jewish side is Jewish. You know, they're Jewish. They came from Israel originally. They came from the Middle East, and they didn't do as much mixing as what people would like you to believe. Now, that is from Ancestry.com. Now, I also had a DNA test from 23andMe. Now, 23andMe, originally, I had, now the graphic that I have on the screen is the most up-to-date. Okay, so I have 49.6% Ashkenazi Jewish, and Northwestern European, 47.7%, which is further broken down. French and German, 47.7%. And that's broken down. They have Bavaria, Germany, which is correct. My grandmother was from Bavaria. And then some other regions in there. And then Southern European, 2.2%, which is Italian. A little bit of Italian in there. And Eastern European, 0.5%. That's almost nothing. So I don't know. But that, I guess, that's coming in from the Ashkenazi, which could make sense maybe if there's just a tiny bit of European Jewish, Eastern European in with the European Jewish, because my Jewish family came from Russia. Not Russia exactly, but the Ukraine. So, and now the change. What is the change from 23andMe? The original 23andMe, the Ashkenazi Jewish only changed from 49.5% to 49.6%. So again, the Jewish didn't change. It is what it is. And it was the European part that changed significantly. That really changed. It seems that it's the European part that they have really been learning about. The Northwestern European changed from 42.4% to 47.7%. The French and German part of that changed from 24.5% to 47.7%. What a huge change over time. They also had all these other things in there that are no longer in there. They had British and Irish, Scandinavian, Northwestern European. They had broadly European, Western Asian, and North African. They had unassigned. All of these things that were in there before are no longer in there. They've removed them all. So all of that has changed over time. So yes, they've really refined it. Now, I also did family tree DNA, and this is the one that I have the least confidence in. I didn't like it at all the first time I got it. The European side made no sense to me whatsoever. So taking a look at this, I have the Ashkenazi Jewish part of it makes more sense now. Originally it was just 47%. Now it's 49%. So that makes more sense. But the European side still doesn't make sense. It makes a little bit more sense now than it did originally. So they have Central Europe 15%, Scandinavia 14%, Ireland 10%, Baltic 6%, and they have Middle East in there. They have a tiny bit of Sephardic Jewish, tiny bit of some other Middle East in there, but it really makes no sense. The European part from Family Tree DNA makes no sense whatsoever. And the original part from the European part from family tree also made no sense. That has also completely changed. It was 25% British, 22% Southeastern Europe, and 5% Scandinavian. And that was the original family tree DNA. So that has also significantly changed. But here's the one constant with all of them. The Jewish side has barely changed. Barely. So it's the Jewish side that has remained constant. That has not changed. It's the German side that no one knows what to do with, it seems like. At least at first. At first all three companies were, it seemed, almost confused about the German side, and Ancestry.com and 23andMe have refined that significantly at this point. Family tree DNA, I still don't have confidence in what their results are at this point. But at least I do have a lot more confidence in the other two companies. Now, what is the moral of the story? Here's the deal. I do believe that you shouldn't be questioning the accuracy of the results at this point, because I think that the original results, you can question the accuracy because they have changed. Now, why have they been changing? Here's the answer to the original question, the title of the video. Why are they changing? Well, because as these companies continue to test more people, they have more comparisons. So there's a lot more comparisons in there that they can analyze. So now they've got thousands and thousands of comparisons to make. So they can be a lot more accurate in their results. So it makes more sense. As time goes by, the results are going to be more and more precise. And so it makes sense. And now the results, they align far more correctly with what I know about my family history. So it does make sense. It adds up. And so I think that you can trust at this point the results. So for all of those people who are just now testing, you're the lucky ones, because you don't have to go through what the rest of us went through. Those of us who tested years ago. If you're just now testing, your results are as accurate as our updated results are, those of us who tested before. So you're getting the benefit of all the research that they've done up to this point. So there you go. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And you might be interested in my books. I wrote a book called Half Jew, Searching for Identity. And I do talk about my ancestry journey. And also I write fiction, which focuses on culture. And I have romance books, which all my romance books also focus on culture and ethnicity and, most of all, love, of course. But they all have, bits in there about culture and ethnicity and love and just all the little bits of, religion too. Everything is mixed in there. So there you go. Good luck on your ancestry journey. Thanks for watching.